Guys, back with another video, and today I'm just going to be going over the Kape versus Horiguchi fight night. It was a pretty good card, I slept through, I think two of the prelim fights, I'm not gonna lie, or no, one of the prelim fights actually. Yeah, I did awful this card. I think I went 5-7. That's my worst card ever in the history. That's my worst ever card. That was awful performance for me, honestly. I mean, my picks were not bad. It's just the people that I picked are just idiots. I swear they're just stupid. They just don't. I don't know. All right, let's just hop right into it. Starting with Manel Kape versus Horiguchi. I picked Horiguchi, and it looked like Horiguchi was going to win, and then he gets fluked. First round, pretty competitive round. I don't remember much from it. I was watching it, but I remember that not much happened. Horiguchi had a really good game plan. He kept his back away from the fence, which is really good against Manel Kape because he does his best work when your back's up against the fence. As we've seen, he would get Horiguchi behind the black line. Holy shit. Behind the black line, and he would do pretty good. Manel Kape would do good whenever he had his back up against the cage, but Horiguchi didn't really get hit with nothing too major. I had Horiguchi win in the first round. He got a takedown late, so that helped him. Second round, total Horiguchi domination. Wobbles Kape with a punch. Yeah, I think it was a punch. Kape, something also happened with Kape's leg. Kape kept throwing leg kicks, and Kyoji, the gooch, checked every leg kick. He checked every leg kick. I don't think he actually got hit with one leg kick that actually hit him. He checked every leg kick, dropped him with a leg kick, I think, or he got dropped by a check on his leg. That was good. I don't remember what round that happened in. Second round, takes him down, just controls him the whole time. Not too much damage, but he landed some nice little elbows. Kape was doing really good off his back. Every time Horiguchi would try to pass, he would just keep him in half guard, and then he would eventually get him back into full guard, and he would land some nice elbows on bottom. That was really good from Kape. Horiguchi did do good, though, in that round. He had top pressure the whole entire round. And then the third round comes around, and you could tell Kyoji's starting to kind of feel himself, doing really good. Actually was doing good early in the round. And then just one punch from Manel Kape. One punch from Manel Kape did the job. Wobbles him, drops him bad. Kyoji's defending well, but then just Kape lands a nice uppercut under his guard, and he just kind of crumbles. People are calling it an early stoppage. I wouldn't say it's quite an early stoppage. I mean, he did flop pretty bad, so it wasn't a bad stoppage, but I could see what people were getting because Kyoji did kind of get up and, I wouldn't say really protest, but he was like, come on, I thought I was there. But yeah, how good is DJ? I mean, that was a good performance from Kyoji. I think he'll be back. I mean, definitely. I wouldn't say give him a step down in the rankings because that was a really good performance. Maybe, I don't think they'll do him versus Tyra. I don't know what they'll do, honestly. There's not really much. Maybe they give him, if they really want to, then give him, a layup fight with, somebody down in the rankings. Maybe, just somebody down on the rankings. And for Kape, I think he should fight the winner of Pantoja versus Van. I think that's just the most logical thing to do. But yeah, good knockout from Manel Kape and good performance from Kyoji Horiguchi. Now, on to the co-main. Bro, Alan Kutalaba, what are you doing, bro? Alan Kutalaba, bro. I picked you. I pick him in a fight that's more winnable than the Umar Sy fight, and he loses, bro. I literally said this. I literally made a video about this. I thought that Navajo Sterling would get choked out. I thought he was going to get choked out because he leaves his neck open so much on the ground. And Alan Kutalaba had it. He was going for a standing guillotine in the first round. Had it pretty well. Jumps the gilly, gets mount. Gets the side control, tries to finish in side control. Navajo defended well. And then they just kind of stand up. They're both kind of sluggish and slow. Kutalaba, you can see here, go 5 for 7 on takedowns. Not bad at all. But Navajo would just not let him stay on top, which was good. I mean, Navajo did do good. Besides for the submission defense, he did good on, the overall defensive grappling. Kutalaba would take him down, he'd pop right back up. Pops right back up. Second round rolls around. You can tell they're both kind of sluggish and gassed. Oh, Alan Cutelaba was like kind of faking not like you faking that he was hurt to try to get Navo to lure in, but he didn't fall for it. Second round rolls around. Navo was doing pretty decent on the feet. They both didn't really grapple. They didn't really strike that often. Cutelaba didn't really do much on the feet, as you can tell by these numbers. I mean, 19 significant strikes to 52. Well, most of these significant strikes came in the finishing sequence, so. But, yeah, Cutelaba goes for a takedown. Or, no, he went for a Kimura early, and it looked like it was going to work. Like, he had him in side control. He was literally about to get the Kimura, and then I don't remember really what happened. I think he reversed position. Cutelaba takes him down. Kind of has him in like a front headlock position, and he just crumbles. Like, he just crumpled, and Navo just DKO'd him. I mean, he wasn't able to knock him out clean though, but Cutelaba's not very easy to like just flatline. So, but Navo also just doesn't have power. I would say it's a decent performance from both of them. Cutelaba's grappling was definitely pretty good, and his submission offense is actually. Like, it's evolving. Like, it's getting better. His submission offense is actually not that bad. Navo's striking was clearly pretty much better. But I don't think Navo Sterling is going to... I can't see him winning against, like, some people in the top 15, bro. Like, he called out, like, Alonzo Menifield and Justin Jacoby. I don't know if he beats those guys. Like, I don't know if he beats Dustin Jacoby or Alonzo Menifield. Like, I don't know if he beats these guys. Like, that's a hard fight for him. Like, especially Alonzo Menifield. I think he gets chinned by Alonzo Menifield, honestly. Because, dude, if you watch that fight, you know what I mean, bro. He has nothing for Alonzo Menifield. He doesn't have power. His grappling is okay. But I think people sleep on Alonzo's grappling. It's actually pretty decent. He has a submission win over Jimmy Crew, submission win over some other guy, Von Flue, Askar Mazarov. I mean, I know that guy's a fraud, but still, put him in a crucifix and TKO'd him within a crucifix. He's got good grappling. Like, his grappling is good. Like, he also made Zhang Mingyang clinch, bro, in the first round. So, I can see Alonzo Menifield just putting Navo Sterling out, or he submits him. Because he's pretty much just Alan Cutelaba with better cardio. That's literally what he is, pretty much. I think he's a little bit better than Cutelaba, but honestly, I think Cutelaba's probably a harder stylistic matchup for Alonzo Menifield than Navo Sterling, if I'm going to be real. I just don't think Sterling's that good. I like Sterling, by the way. Like, I like Sterling. I think he's a pretty good fighter. He's a good little city kickboxing fighter. He's got good reads, good stuff like that. But if you make him go to war, I think he'll crumble. Like, I could see him a little bit. Like, every time Ion would throw a big shot, he just kind of like, I don't know. He just looked weird. Whenever Ion would try to like bring the pressure on him, he just looked weird. But yeah, book him versus like Dustin Jacoby next, and for Ion Cutelaba, maybe you give him like, I don't know what you do for Ion, honestly, but you can give him somebody like, I wouldn't say give him somebody down in the rankings. I say you give him like somebody like kind of on the same level as him. You know what I mean? Maybe like Iwo Baranuski, maybe. Because I don't think Iwo Baranuski deserves a ranked shot. If he beats Ion Cutelaba, then definitely. But I don't know. Pretty decent performance from both guys, but I don't know. It was weird. All right, now on to C-Rod versus Hyder Emil. I picked C-Rod, so C-Rod actually got it done. If C-Rod would have got chinned or lost, I would have been fried. Get all this shit out of my fucking face. C-Rod versus Hyder Emil. Yeah, I did not think this was a very competitive fight whatsoever. I think C-Rod was putting the pace on Hyder Emil. Throwing the head kicks, throwing stuff like that, throwing some nice combos. Went for a takedown. Hyder Emil's takedown defense was good this fight. And then, like, Hyder Emil's corner shouted something, and I think C-Rod heard it, and he switched. I think he was in South. Yeah, he was in. Oh, I don't remember what stance he was in when he threw the head kick, but he threw a nasty head kick. Puts him out. Hyder Emil wrestled up, though, and he was able to wrestle up. And then C-Rod locks in a guillotine, kind of has him on his side, and dude, Hyder Meal's like eyes roll back. Oh my gosh, bro. Looked like prime Jimmy Bull out there. Just his eyes roll back in his head, and he's like, "Oh, I'm about to go." All right, sorry, that's kind of rude for Hyder Meal, but yeah, y'all get what I mean. Hyder Meal, not too much to say. C-Rod did look really good. Just last thing I'll say is how good is Melchizedek Costa? Am I right? All right, now onto this fight. I don't know how to say it. Magomedov versus Gene Silva victim. Pretty. I don't really remember much about what happened on the feet. Honestly, I just remember. Oh, because I was on my phone for like the first 10 seconds. Magomedov gets him up against the cage, kind of takes him down. I think he has his back. No, I don't really remember. Because, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to too much of this card. You know what I mean? I liked it, but I didn't pay attention too much. You know what I mean? But Magomedov, he had, bro, he had him discombobulated, dude. He had Melsick, discombobulated. He was, you know, how in the cartoons they, have, they, grab, the big villain, grabs, Bugs Bunny or, something like that and, turns him into, a balloon animal. That's pretty much what happened to Melsick. He got, put in this weird-looking twister, and it was nasty. Magomedov does have some pretty good grappling. That was a really creative little submission. Cool little twister. That was crazy to see a twister on this card. I was not expecting that. I did pick Magomedov to win. I didn't really pick him to win by anything. But, dude, who does that to Melsick, bro? Literally everybody. But... great win from Magomedov. That was a good performance. Took him down pretty easily. Locks in a crazy submission pretty easily. He did that with, little to no effort. I'd like to see this guy fight maybe a Francis Marshall, maybe. You give him a Francis Marshall. I think Francis Marshall chins this kid. But, anyway. Yeah, great performance from Magomedov. And for Melsick, I think he needs to get cut from the UFC, probably. That's probably his next night. Join Karate Combat. All right. Now, on to Andre Fili versus Vinicius Oliveira. The numbers make this fight look way less competitive than it really was. Because this was a very competitive fight. Especially for a short notice, Andre Fili. That was a very competitive fight. And he actually didn't look that bad in it. You know what I mean? First round, Vinicius gets hurt with the leg kick. Andre Fili has no finishing instinct, though. Oh, my gosh, dude. And he just abandoned what was working. Leg kicks were working. Body kicks were working. Literally hurts him really bad with a body kick. You remember when Marab got hurt with a body kick from Peter Yan? He's like, ah! That's what happened with Vinicius. But it was honestly worse, bro. Vinicius was and he was, covering his chest. He's like, ah! And, he was, wincing in pain, backing up, running. And just Andre Fili was just pitter-pattering with him, Peter Yan in the first round. He's just sitting there, what should I do? Throw a body kick? Nah. I mean, he was landing some nice little head kicks, but, he had a good game plan of, throwing the head kick on Vinicius's, power arm so that, it'll wear out his arms. But, dude, you had to fight in the bag, bro. But I will say, cut Herb Dean. I will say that. You need Herb Dean should never ref a fight ever again. He needs to either reevaluate the rules and go into another training for another 6 months, or he needs to retire, or he needs to get fired. One of those two. Because Vinicius has him up against the cage, right? Second round was a pretty clear Vinicius round. I mean, Vinny did good that round. But he does good that round, and then... Vinicius, I don't know, dude. Vinicius, he gets him up against the cage. Lands some nice ground and pound shots. Or not ground and pound, but landed some nice shots up against the cage. I was like, oh, yeah, Philly's about to crumble. But there was only, 8 seconds left in the round. So I was like, okay, maybe if Andre Fili can survive. And then he just lands, nasty 12-6 elbows to the back of his head. Drops Philly, blah, 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 ground and pound. Finishes him, whatever. And then we cut to the doctor. The doctor lady was or the nurse lady, whatever, was literally applying pressure to the back of his head because the back of his head was cut. And there was blood dripping out of it everywhere. And it was just awful, dude. I hate how unserious back of the head shots are taken, dude. They're taken so unserious. And I hate to bring it, I don't hate to bring I'm bringing up Josh Emmett, right? I'm not saying this the reason that he lost to Lerone Murphy, but, dude, an eye poke, back of the head elbow that cut him open. Very blatant, by the way. Like, Josh Emmett has him up against the cage. Boom, back of the elbow. And Jason Herzog does nothing. Like, I'm so tired of back of the head shots just not being treated as, like, serious as they should be. Because these should be treated very seriously. Like, people can die from this. People can go paraplegic from this. Like, people can go, just lose brain cells from that. Like, this is awful. Like, back of the head shots are terrible. And I don't care if they turn into it or something like that. It needs to be taken more serious. And I feel really bad for Andre Fili because he was doing good that fight. And I think Vinny will not make it very far in featherweight because he did not. He looked good in the second round, but he still looked like just a size bully that was just trying to go in there and just size bully you. The second he fights somebody with fight IQ, he's getting chinned. But I mean, good performance, can't knock him down too much. It was a good knockout, knocking out Philly. Did better than Jose Delgado did. Now let's get to this piece of shit fight. All right. First thing I'll say is Andre Lima is the worst prospect in flyweight history. I genuinely thought this guy was good. I thought this guy was a future top 15 contender at flyweight, but now he's just a fucking bum. That's what he is now. He's just a bum. Like, that was the worst performance I've ever seen in my life. Michael Bisping and DC were literally saying what I was thinking in my head. They were like, what is he not doing? What is he not? He needs to do in combination, DC. And then, like, Dan Healy's, like, they're, like, making fun of Dan Healy while he's, like, Kevin Borjas got nut shotted, too, by the way, like, a bad nut shot. And they're over here, like, talking about Dan Healy's suit, like, making fun of his suit. Like, can we pay attention to Kevin Borjas throwing up, screaming, like, in pain? And he still 30-27'd him. That's the thing. He still went out there and 30-27'd him. That's what pisses me off about this. Because Andre Lima, he throws one punch per combination acting like he's prime Manel Kape. Like, bro, you don't have Manel Kape power. So why are you acting like you're Manel Kape? Throw in combination. You're a flyweight. You're not knocking people out in the first punch. You're not Derek Lewis. You're not knocking people out with one punch. He was pressuring good, and then he just wouldn't do anything. He would throw one punch. Kevin Borjas would throw 8. Oh, my gosh. I'm not going to talk about this fight long because it just pisses me off, dude. Because you're supposed to be a good prospect. You're undefeated. You're supposed to be good. And you just go out here and suck ass. You suck. You're awful. You need to reevaluate your game. You need to change everything. Like, that's awful. Good performance from Kevin Borjas, though. Just shut down a 11-0 prospect. Gave him his first L. Andre Lima, you're the worst fighter ever. I don't know why I'll ever bet. I will never bet Stadium Live coins on you ever again. Now onto this fight, but Beatriz Mosquita. I'm pretty sure. B. Mosquita versus Melissa Dixon. Melissa Dixon hurts her bad early. B. Mosquita looks like she's just like kind of oral farming at range with her, not really oral farming at range, just like kind of like an old-fashioned boxing stance. Gets hurt really bad by Melissa Dixon. Pretty sure what happened. I don't really remember much from this fight either because it did happen like yesterday night, so I don't really remember that much. What in the world is he doing, bro? Chill. God, dude, my cat's insane. But B. Mosquita gets hurt really bad, as we can see here. I'm guessing from what I know they ended up on. Yeah. Melissa Dixon was on top. I'm pretty sure, which is so stupid. Why would you go grapple B. Mosquita? It just shows how ass women's fights are. Anyway, B. Mosquita. She's, like, trying for some kind of submission, and she gets hurt. I think she's trying for a triangle originally, but then she locks in an armbar, makes her tap. Good recovery. Melissa Dixon go back to the Apex, or not even the Apex, go to PFL or something. Not going to talk long about the rest of these fights, honestly, because I don't really give a shit about them. Mitch Rapuso clearly wins the first 2 rounds. I don't know how that was a split decision. That was the worst judging I've ever seen in my entire life. And then Alan Nascimento just goes out there in the 3rd round, just marauders at him, just drops Mitch, lands the biggest shot of the fight. If he would have just started ground and pounding him, it would have been probably a win for him because it was a split decision. No, it would have been a majority draw probably. But yeah, good performance from Mitch Rapuso. He definitely leveled up his takedown defense. Yeah, Allen drops him bad. Had some nice ground and pound. Looked like he was going for some kind of submission. I think it was like an arm triangle from what I remember. Doesn't get it. Good performance from Mitch. Allen got pieced up. I fell asleep watching this fight, so I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm guessing some people were saying this robbery. I doubt it was, honestly. I was told I don't have to carry a weapon. That's all I got to say about this fight. Edmund Shablaznian's son, or not son, fucking brother sucks. Boring fight. Literally 110 total strikes, 9-11 significant strikes. And then this fight was good. Both these guys are pretty good, I can tell. Atari gassed out, though. Shane Collins looked good. They both suck at grappling, though. I will say that. They're both dog shit at grappling. Shane Collins has no offensive grappling, and Atari has no, if he takes you down, he's not going to do anything. 3 submission attempts, pretty good. But, yeah, overall, this was a pretty decent card. I wish we got to see Joanna Denise, man. But, anyway, pretty decent card. Kind of pissed me off that Manel Kape chins. But, yeah, good performance from Manel Kape. Or not great performance, like just an okay performance. Kudalaba, come on, man. Got to lock in. But, yeah, just a pretty decent card overall. I told y'all I'm not going to talk about it, too much. But, yeah, just a pretty alright card. Not bad at all. But I will catch you guys later. I hope you guys have a great evening. What do we got next? June 27th. Ooh, we got Fazeev. Bruno Ferreira. Nazim Sadikov. Asu Almabayev. Share a bullet. A Jew. Eric Nolan. Julius Walker. Oh, this guy. That'll probably be a pretty decent light heavyweight fight. Ooh, Nursultan's fighting. That's good. He's fighting Andre Puliev. That's a good matchup. Con Offley versus Javier Reyes. Con Offley's probably going to beat no, I don't know. They're both dog shit. And then we got the 2 GOATs fighting. Bezcat Almakon versus Gene Matsumoto. Gene Matsumoto's a GOAT, if y'all don't know it. He's actually really good. But I will catch you